day, it's still all a bunch of mediocre men, other mediocre men and women running this world and actively destroying any excellence, any potential. Women, children, the vulnerable. Why is this still our world? So I'm going to go in today on no sleep in the midst of, I can't tell you how many hearings have been held this summer so far. But today is the next one. It's an all-day hearing. I've already been told that I may not present evidence or witnesses, including myself. So that's fun. This is where, I arrived to Arizona as a postdoc clinical psych professional with a PsyD 500 postdoc hours and with my law degree, top of my class. Now, fast forward 17 years or so, and going to the disciplinary court for the State Bar of Arizona today and all day because my ex is still insisting that I can't practice law. This man has his claws in everything. This is one of many, many hearings that have been held at his behest. His claim for this one, he had nothing to do with it. And then they listed him as not only a witness against my license to practice law, but as in their care directly, which the State Bar doesn't do that. The State Bar doesn't call witnesses and then provide their own contact information for the opposing party to contact that witness. When I pointed out the fact that they put him in his care right after saying he had nothing to do with this, they then switched him to being represented by his custody attorney, who also just helps him annihilate our family in every way, including taking away my career and work opportunities and everything else, my homes. She participates in his every half-hour calls to police to overwhelm us, harass us from everywhere we go. Anyway, they listed him in her care after I pointed out, it doesn't make any sense that they would say he has nothing to do with it and then put him as in their care. And then eventually they said, oh, we're not going to call him at all. So I'm going to court and I am facing the two mediocre men, another lawyer, and a Border Patrol agent, who stood on my porch the day after my son was taken by police without orders back in January 2025, and explained to the constable, who didn't serve us notice or anything, that we were being locked out. They just stood there casually explaining that as part of this lockout, they're going to turn right around and update my ex-husband, Roger, so that I can, quote, never work in Arizona again. They're going to get it because the State Bar is just so complicit in this. They are pushing forward this domestic violence nightmare that my ex began back when I was pregnant with my 16-year-old. And they are relentless You know, he's a judge. Attorney Roger Contreras is all throughout their pleadings for today. Attorney Roger Contreras. Like, normally you don't list that they're an attorney. Put them in your care. Put them in their own custody lawyer's care. Take them off altogether. But continue arguing that attorney Roger Contreras as if he has standing over his ex-wife's ability to practice law. I mean, it's just, I lost my train of thought. I'm very tired, but it's just wild. I'm gonna get there in a couple of minutes, and the court is also just swallowing whatever the bar says whole. The court is viciously boxing me out. For example, in the last hearing, they had that hearing while I was on the phone without ever once addressing me, other than for me to say my name. It was like a 45-minute hearing where they just went on and put restrictions on me about no evidence, no testimony, no defense. So I'm going to go in front of this 3-person panel. I don't even know who's on the panel. I have lost all things such as computers and whatnot to be able to. What's really going on today? They are overwhelming me with daily litigation. Not a soul here cares about the bar's stated mission, which is to protect the public, comma, and advance justice or something to that effect. Haven't heard a word of that. It is literally the state bar helping domestic violence offenders continue to completely annihilate their victims. When you take away domestic violence victims' speech, career, job opportunities, actual freedom, physical safety, I mean, it's beyond illegitimate. It's infuriating. I'm gonna suck today, by the way. This is gonna be awful. I'm not even ready for whatever I am still permitted to do. Very tired. There's been multiple hearings. Every time I walk into one, it is a matter of me being immediately shut out and my ex-husband getting up on the stand and testifying without me. It's exhausting. My son is gone because my ex can't follow simple orders saying that he gets to choose his time. No communication with him. He cut off communication with him. He found out we texted once and made him punish himself for that. So he's gone. My daughter is also gone now. She's supposed to fly back tomorrow to get ready for the school year start, which in Arizona is pretty early compared to other places, but that ex just said, well, the other ex said she's an abuser, so why don't you judge ex parte without notice, take away everything, and end their relationship? And she did. So I no longer have my daughter coming back either. I am fairly distracted with this wretched ongoing DV. So I'm not going to do well today. They don't want me to do well. They're not interested in the actual ethics, which is the only thing the state bar is meant to litigate, is attorney ethics. They're not interested at all because they'd have brought up my ex for his continued domestic violence against my son and my whole family. And they would bring up the lawyer who's going to be on the stand today for false reporting to police. And multiple other ones, like he telling internet so that my ring can't capture them destroying camera and locking away my files. I mean, it's been such a shit show, a one-way shit show for no reason other than exerting power over vulnerable people. It's been such a shit show, though, that I can't even, on my way here, really describe it to you guys, but that very shit show is also, of course, being used against us, so I really don't have a chance today. I'm not supposed to. They've already said they don't want me to have a chance. They're not interested in the ethics, the facts, or the law. So tune on in to just watch me get stomped out by these mediocre people. I think it all comes back to my ex-husband has a real self-esteem problem, but he also has a lot of people in his pocket, and he has not stopped using that litigation advantage this entire time. I don't know why my life needs to be litigated every second of every day by this man, but that's my entire life now. I don't have my kids. I'm about to lose my career. Been displaced multiple times, especially over the last year and a half. So I did get my home safe and together for the kids to return if their fathers ever bother following the law and returning them to where they both said they want to be. It's going to have to be a different story for another day, but today is my 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. complete shellacking and removal of my career to take away yet another way to feed my children. So it'll be fun, guys, for them.